Hello, and on the gaming table today, we're taking a look at the rest of the rules for Strength and Honor. As I've gone over these short videos here, I haven't tried to cover everything in the rules. I've just cherry-picked some of the most important points, and there are still many other important points that are in the rules that we have not covered here. Here you can see the contents page from the Strength and Honor PDF file, and you can see there's a lot of different areas here. We're just going to really quickly go through the entire contents page and just show you what we've covered in these videos and what we haven't covered. So we have covered some things about the play area and the grid and basically how you win with Homunculus Est and Setback and Disaster cards, and we've talked a little bit about unit ratings and some of the examples, but we haven't covered the table and terrain types really at all. For the command board, we've covered command points and the uses of those in battles, but we haven't covered things like army breakpoint. We haven't also talked at all about deploying for battle and how deployment works, and things like skirmishers that are part of the reserve lines you can see there. For sequence of play, we did go over all the different activation options and name them, and we talked about how Reversal of Fortune works. Movement we covered most of. We talked about most types of movement, so forward movement, movement through rough terrain, maneuvers, and so on. We did mention zones of control in the combat videos, and we didn't talk about moving through other units or army fatigue, so go check the rules out for those things. In combat, we went over the basic idea of combat and how combat generally works. We talked about combat and charge activations, supports in combat, and resolving combat, and we gave an example or two of being pushed back and discipline tests. We also did that for shooting as well, with targets and the shooting procedure. But you can see there are some other elements there for combat that we haven't covered. For Homunculus Est, we mentioned this briefly and we described it. We didn't go into it in any great detail. And at the top of the page there, you can also see we didn't talk about reforming from disorder. Many of the different unit characteristics that modify a unit, such as Warband or Battle Trained or Parthian Shot. And we also didn't talk about the special rules for Roman formations in combat or the campaign rules. So if you want to go find out about those other things that we haven't mentioned, do check out the rules. These videos were not meant to be a replacement for the rules. They're just meant to be a taste to give you the idea of how the game goes and see if it works for you. So you can also look at other battle reports and things like that as well. There are a couple of good ones around. But really what you should be doing is making your own decisions based on this about whether you want to go and check out some of those other resources I put in one of the earlier videos and decide if you want to have a look at this game for yourself. Now, I will be going over a few battle reports and things as I play some battles. We'll be talking about some key moments in battles in detail and things like that. But I do hope you go and check out the rules and see if these sorts of things are for you. But for today, that's all we're going to cover. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.